What is up guys, Papoy here, bringing you another Adobe After Effects tutorial, and today I'm going to show you how to use the inbuilt 3D camera tracker in After Effects CS6. Now I'm not quite sure if it's available on previous versions, since I've only used this one, but I really recommend you either upgrade to After Effects CS6 or, don't use it, because it's a really good tracker, and compared to Buju, this completely wipes the floor with it. It's only that when you use Cinema 4D that you might have to use Buju, but if you use Element like me, I recommend you use the 3D camera tracker. And to be able to use this, you have to pre-compose it, usually, because it cannot run with Twixtor and timer mapping and stuff, because it needs like original footage to track, otherwise it doesn't work. So pre-compose it, and then you can start the actual track. Now if you don't have this tracker window, you can click up here, window, and then click the tracker. Check that box, and then you should see this tracker window. And when you're ready to track, you just click on your clip and click track camera. Now you might have a few problems with this, one being if you have faded it in and out, like changed the opacity from 0 to 100, 100 to 0 and stuff. Those frames might not be rendered, and you'll get like a red banner saying frame could not be analyzed or something. And to shut that off, just go to advanced and hide warning banner. And another really common problem is when you've when you've tracked everything, you might get a warning banner saying unable to solve camera or something, and that's because the tracker program couldn't like read the track points or whatever. I'm not quite sure why it does that, but it usually happens with cinematics that are like not linear, and it's like spins around a lot, and just like, I don't know, problematic cinematics or whatever. And to fix that, you can just go to fixed angle of view and then just change, I think it is to I don't know where, no, it's the specify angle of view, and then you can just change that up into whatever you until it works. But I'm just gonna use fixed angle of view, since this is a quite, I don't know, easy cinematic or whatever. It's not very complicated, it just pans across the scene. And the great thing with camera tracker is that you can actually you can actually like do stuff in After Effects while it's tracking, so you can like go into another comp and add effects on that or whatever. And when it's done, you can just go back in here, fix your scene, and you'll save a lot of time. And soon it's ready. It's at 175, and it has to go to 185. And yeah, that's about it. Okay, now it's solving the camera. And if you get an error, it will usually like come up a red banner saying unable to solve camera. And if you have any problems with those, just message me and I'll try to help you as much as I can. But now that we've tracked the scene, we get all these points or X's or whatever you want to call them. And another error you might get is these things being really small. So if you want them to be bigger, you can just up the point size to whatever you want it to be. If you get really small track points, then it's like tracked the scene way back, like the points are far away than they're supposed to be or whatever. I'm not quite sure why it does it, but that's how to fix it. And when you actually want to use these points, you just put your mouse in between the points or at the points, and just right click and choose one of these options. Since I'm gonna track some text to my scene, I'm just gonna select the text and camera. Now you get some text that is tracked to the scene really nicely. but it's not quite positioned as we want it to be. So we can just click our text, position, move it to the place we want it to be, like over here maybe, and then we can make our text smaller and then just center it up a bit. Now the font I'm using is called Secret Code, and I found it on a website called dafont.com. I'll link it in the description because it's a great place for you to find fonts. It has a really big selection of fonts, and it's just an awesome place. And now you can see it's tracked to the camera, and it looks fairly nice. We can just change it to whatever we want, select the text tool, select all this, and then just type in, I don't know, Papoy. And there you go, you got your text tracked to the scene. And I will do another tutorial on more like advanced element tracks, where you use element in your track and stuff like that, because like just having a piece of text might be quite boring for some, and you might want to like have, I don't know, 3D objects like helicopters or planes or random orbs or whatever, and I'll make a tutorial on that as well later on. But for now, this is it, and yeah, I hope you have a nice day. Bye.